I want you to meet Jerry Can, the best fuel strategist in the West. Say hello, Jerry.
Hey there, everyone over at Mad Lou Dog's channel. It's great to be here, and I'm excited to be part of the journey.
I'm going to be following Jerry's every decision in this 1 hour endurance human comedy race at Deep Forrest Raceway. He's going to advise me on what car to choose, when to pit, what tyres, what fuel strategy. He's going to be doing everything bar driving the car, which is down to me. And with trillions of dollars invested in AI these days, what could possibly go wrong? We've rejoined in 17th place, Jerry. What the hell, man? I've probably only got another lap of fuel, Jerry. No, we're not good. It was bad. Hey, Jerry, how is it going, mate? Are you up for being my race engineer for the day? I am at Deep Forest Raceway for a 1 hour endurance race. Can you help me?
Absolutely, I'm on it. I'll help you with strategy, fuel efficiency, and anything else you need.
Yes, get me to the podium, Jerry. Can you first select a car for me to use?
Absolutely. For Deep Forest Raceway and an endurance race, we want something that's a good balance of speed, handling, and reliability. How about something like the Mazda RX-7?
I'm slightly skeptical, but I will trust your judgment, Jerry.
I promise it'll be a fun choice.
Okay, let's go. I'm going to go and find my car, Jerry. If you can just hold on for 1 minute, I'll let you know when I need you. So just so we're clear, it's the RX-7 Spirit R Type A FD from 2002. Is that right, Jerry?
You got it. It's the FD model from 2002, the Spirit R Type A.
Brilliant. Jerry, what would be the best tyres to use for the Deep Forest Raceway 1 hour endurance race? I've got a mix of racing hards, mediums, or just racing hards or mediums, sorry. Which ones?
For a 1 hour endurance race, I'd recommend going with the racing mediums. They'll give you a good balance between grip and longevity, so you won't have to pit as often. That will help you maintain consistent lap times.
Would the racing hard mean that I don't have to pit as many times?
Racing hards do last longer than mediums, so you'd have to pit less often. The trade-off is that they don't have quite as much grip, especially as the fuel load goes down.
Yep, that's fair enough. I'll trust your judgment, Jerry. Jerry, I'm a bit worried that I'm not going to have the braking performance of something like the McLaren GR4 car. What would your opinion of that be?
I totally get that concern. The McLaren GR4 does have impressive braking performance, but the RX-7 with racing mediums should still have plenty of stopping power, especially since the track isn't super hard on brakes.
One thing I am a bit concerned about is there is a really rather lengthy straight with a very hard braking zone. What would you say about that, though?
That's a good point. In that case, we might want to adjust the brake balance slightly towards the front, so the rear has a bit less braking force. You could also reduce the rear anti-roll bar stiffness a touch. That should help keep the rear more stable.
Slight issue, Jerry. We don't have racing suspension, so I can't adjust anything. What do I do in this situation?
No worries at all. In that case, we can focus on driving techniques. You can try braking a bit earlier to reduce the load on the rear tyres, and also be smooth.
Right. Okay, but could I maybe suggest... could we maybe buy some racing suspension? Would that be an option?
Absolutely. That's definitely an option we can look into. Racing suspension would give you a lot more flexibility to fine-tune your setup.
You tell me, Jerry. This is... I need your help with this one. Should I... what should I do? Should I get some racing suspension, or should we just work on driving technique?
I think it might be a good investment.
Okay, I'm going to go purchase some racing suspension then, okay.
That'll definitely give you more control and help with that oversteer.
I must say, Jerry, those settings that we applied really have seemed to tame the rear of this car, this RX-7, down a little bit. But do I need to be worried about the power of the other cars that I'm going to be racing?
The RX-7 is pretty capable machine, especially with the tweaks you've made. You might be a bit down on straight line speed compared to some of the newer, more powerful cars, but the RX-7's handling and cornering ability will help you make up time.
So just to be clear, Jerry, there's no further adjustments you think we should make We could increase the power of the car. We could increase this car's braking ability. There's a number of options to choose from in the tuning shop. Are you sure we're going to just run this thing standard?
We can definitely consider some power upgrades or improved braking if you feel like you that extra edge. It's all about what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I need you to tell me though, Jerry, because I'm a complete novice at this. I have no idea. Can you advise some upgrades to this RX-7 if you think it's necessary?
I'd suggest a slight power upgrade, maybe a turbo kit if you want more straight line speed, and a better brake system.
Okay, so the options for turbochargers, Jerry, are a low, medium, or a high turbocharger. Which do you think I should go for?
I'd recommend starting with the medium turbocharger. It'll give you a nice boost in power without being too overwhelming, and we'll still keep the car balanced.
I'm getting a bit of oversteer mid-corner, Jerry. Is there anything I can do in the setup to help with that one?
To reduce that mid-corner oversteer, you can try adjusting the rear anti-roll bar to be a bit softer.
I've already adjusted it quite loosely, so is there anything else we could try?
Another thing you can try is adjusting the rear differential settings to have a bit more stability, or even slightly increasing the front camber to balance things out. We can fine-tune it until that oversteer is under control.
Okay, so you mentioned the camber angle, Jerry. I've got options of adjusting it front and rear. We're at 3 at the moment. What would you should I go up or down with this number?
You might want to slightly decrease the rear camber, so whenever you go from 3 to 2. That should help the rear cars maintain a bit more stability and reduce the oversteer.
I don't have confidence on the brakes though, Jerry. That's the problem. That's my main worry going into this race. Are you sure we're good on the brakes?
The RX-7's brakes are actually quite decent, especially with the medium turbo. But if you want that extra confidence, we can definitely look into some upgraded brakes as well.
But you tell me. I don't know. I'm too scared to buy them and waste my money. I need you to tell me, Jerry.
In that case, I think you're good to go with the current setup.
I've got to say though, Jerry, good call on increasing the rear camber. That's really worked a treat.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I think it's time to get into the race, don't you, Jerry? If I give you all the details that you need, can you help coach me through this 1 hour endurance race? Will that be okay?
Absolutely, I'd love to help you through it. And we'll work together to get you that podium finish.
Podium? I want to win, Jerry. I don't want a podium.
I love the ambition. We'll aim for the top spot. No doubt about it. Let's get you that win.
All right, well, let's keep up the morale, shall we? Because I don't want none of this podium nonsense.
Absolutely. We're going for the win.
Right then, Jerry. 1 hour endurance race around Deep Forrest Raceway. I need radio silence if we can for the start of this race, just so I can fully concentrate. Is that okay?
I'll stay quiet and let you focus. Best of luck out there.
Right, so Jerry, there's 58 minutes left in this race, and we've got 23 laps of fuel on board. What's my pit stop strategy looking like, would you say, for this race?
Alright, with 58 minutes left and 23 laps of fuel, it sounds like you'll need a pit stop to top up before the end. We can aim for a stop around the halfway mark, so maybe after about 11 or 12 laps. That way you can minimise the time loss and keep a consistent pace. Okay,
so just for reference, I've just done a 1 minute 50 at Deep Forest, so keep that in mind.
That lap time is noted, and we'll factor that into our strategy.
So my best lap so far, Jerry, is a 1:37. Inestrosa in the lead has done a 1:35, and I'm currently 10.8 seconds behind. What can we do to make up the gap?
Alright, let's close that gap. To shave off a couple of seconds, let's focus on your cornering speed and consistency. Try to carry a bit more speed through the turns and keep your lines smooth. Also watch your braking points to make sure you're not losing any time there.
I've just picked up a 0.5 second penalty though, Jerry. I've just ruined the speed.
That's a bit of a setback, but no worries. Just focus on staying consistent and smooth, and you'll make that time back up. Keep your lines clean and your braking precise, and you'll see that gap close in no time.
The track limits are unbelievable here at Deep Forrest Racing. If you go slightly off course, it's seconds penalty. Jerry, I've made a huge error into the hairpin. We've also got a 1 second penalty to my name. It's about to be more if I'm not careful. But the tyres that you suggested are really on the ragged edge now. And I'm worried that I'm losing a lot of time because of it.
I hear you. Let's try to manage that tyre wear carefully. Just ease off a bit in the corners. We'll aim to minimise any more penalties and keep you pace steady.
So we've got 75% fuel left, Jerry. What's the fuel strategy for the race? We're at 49 minutes.
All right, with 75% fuel left and about 49 minutes to go, you're in a good spot. We can plan to make a pit stop a bit later on, maybe with about 15 minutes left in the race, so you'll have a nice buffer. That way you can come in for a quick top up and get back out there with fresh fuel on a clear track.
Well, my tyres are halfway cooked, so given we've done 7 laps already, how much more life do you think I've got in these things?
If you've done 7 laps and they're about halfway worn, you might have another 3 or 4 laps of decent performance left before they really start to drop off. So it'd be a good idea to plan that pit stop within the next couple of laps.
Okay, which lap? Which lap are we targeting?
Let's aim for the next lap to come in for that pit stop.
The next lap?
Exactly. That way you can come in at the perfect time, get those fresh tyres, and stay consistent on track.
Oh, I don't know, Jerry. I don't know. I think that feels too early, but I'm losing a lot of time to the guys around me.
I get that. It's always a balance. If you're losing time and the cars are really going off, then a slightly earlier pit stop can actually help you gain more time in the long run.
I'm 3.3 behind Cruz up ahead. Should I wait until to see what he does first?
That's a smart idea. If Cruz stays out longer, it might be beneficial to follow his strategy and gain a bit of an advantage. Let's keep an eye on his pace, see how it unfolds.
Inestrosa in the lead has pitted, Jerry. What should we do?
That's a great opportunity. Let's go ahead and bring you in for your pit stop as well. That way you can come out with fresh tyres and fuel and hopefully make up some time while others are still on their old tyres. Okay,
well, I've still got plenty of fuel. Do you think we should just go for tyres only, or take this opportunity to refuel?
If you still got plenty of fuel, then we can definitely just go for tyres only. That will save you time in the pits and get you back out on track faster. Right,
so we're on the racing mediums again, and I'm not refueling. We're on lap 10 with about 40 minutes of the race left to go. How many stops do you think? How many stops are we predicting?
All right, with about 40 minutes to go and no refueling, you'll likely need just one more stop for tyres. That should keep you in a great position to maintain consistent pace and avoid any tyre wear issues.
So I'm currently P15 and I'm 47 seconds behind the leader, Jerry, and my best lap time is a 1:37.062. And the leader's in the 1:34s. What's my chances?
You're definitely making progress. That 3-second gap per lap is a solid challenge, but it's not impossible. With consistent clean laps and maybe a little bit of luck with other drivers, you can definitely close that gap.
Given that I've done, what is it now? We're 36 minutes into this race and I've got 43% fuel left, Jerry. My tyres are pretty good as well. What's the chances that maybe we could get to the end on this fuel and tyres, maybe with a different change of fuel strategy?
It sounds like you're in a really good position. If your tyres are still in good shape and you've got MS fuel left, you might be able to stretch it to the end. We can definitely try a more conservative fuel strategy, easing off a bit on the throttle where possible, and see if we can make it all the way.
Well, I've got the ability to change the fuel mixture. Should I maybe tune that a little bit? I've got the options of 1 through 5, 1 being more powerful option, 5 being the leanest mixture. Which number do you think I should pick?
I'd suggest going with a setting of about 4, which is the second leanest. That should help you save a good amount of fuel.
With 4, Jerry, though, that's going to make me quite slow down the straights, and that's the one place where I'm making up time on the rest of the field. What's your opinion?
That's a great point. In that case, let's go with setting 3.
All right, we'll go with that then. We'll go with 3. Given that I've done 16 laps and we're about halfway through this race though, Jerry, fuel map 3 only gives me 8 more laps, and that's not going to be enough to finish the race.
Got it. Thanks for pointing that out. In that case, we'll need to find a balance that gives you a bit more fuel range. Let's move the mixture to setting 4, which is slightly leaner, but still keeps you relatively competitive. That should give you a bit more fuel to comfortably make it to the end.
Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll do setting 4 through the corners, and then when we get to the pit straight, I'm gonna lean it off again. Put it back to power. More power. Sound good?
That sounds like a great strategy.
Inestrosa, Jerry, has pitted. He was the first lap leader. He's just pitted in front of me, so I think we're looking pretty good here.
That's great news. definitely means your strategy is paying off.
P4 and 5, Jerry, have just come out of the pits in front of me. I've just got a big tank slapper on. With the fuel situation, we got 4.6 laps left, and they're a pit stop ahead in front of me. So
nice. It sounds like you're in a solid spot with the car ahead having already pitted.
No, we're not. We're not good. We're not good, Jerry. The car ahead has already pitted. He's probably got fuel to last him to the end of the race, and we've still got to do another pit stop.
I see what you mean. That does put a bit more pressure on the strategy. We'll definitely keep an eye on that fuel and make sure we get that pit stop at the optimal time.
How are we going to do that exactly? Because we are rapidly falling backwards. Yes, I'm about to overtake the Alpine, but he's a pit stop in hand. And my tyres are rapidly fading as well.
Got it. That does add a bit of complexity. Let's focus on making that pit stop as efficient as possible and then giving it everything you've got in the final stretch.
There's 12% fuel left, Jerry. 2.8 laps, and I'm about to start my 23rd.
All right, we're definitely getting to the critical point. We'll have to plan that final pit stop carefully, or just adjust the pace to make sure we get to the end. Just keep an eye on your fuel and push when you can.
I've probably only got another lap of fuel, Jerry. Should we pit?
It might be a good idea to come in now while you've still got a bit of fuel left, just to ensure you don't run out and lose any time.
I'm P5 at the moment. Where do you predict I'm going to fall out? What position do you think I'm going to fall into?
It's a bit tricky to predict exactly, but if the cars ahead have already pitted and you're coming in now, might drop a couple of spots, but hopefully not too many. With fresh tyres, a little bit of a fuel advantage, you can definitely make up some ground.
I admire your optimism, but I don't know. It looks tricky. We've rejoined in 17th place, Jerry. What the hell, man?
Oh, I know. It can feel a bit tough to see that number, but don't worry, you've got fresh tyres.
I may move up, but I'm 1 minute and 26 seconds behind the leader. How? It's just not possible.
The race isn't over yet, and there's still a lot of time and opportunities to catch up.
I hope so.
No need to apologise at all.
I didn't apologise.
Got it. No mistake.
Well, I'm 8.6 behind the next position, which is 16th place, Portilla. Is there anything we can do in the strategy to make up time?
Definitely try a few things. One option is to push a bit harder in the corners, and also be mindful of your fuel mixture. If there's any opportunity with traffic or if the cars ahead make mistakes, I can help too. Just keep up that consistent pace and we'll see that gap close.
I need some encouragement, Jerry, because we're 16th at the moment, 1 minute and 28 seconds behind the leader. Things aren't looking good for my win.
The race isn't over until it's over. You've got fresh tyres and a solid strategy, and sometimes the most unexpected things happen.
Well, the problem is Gran Turismo AI, and they don't make any mistakes. They'll just keep going round like robots. We're coming up behind Inestrosa, though. He was in the lead at one point, so we must have done something right. It's just under 8 minutes left, Jerry. We're 15th, and the tyres are about halfway cooked. What's my chances of a top 10 finish?
Right, with about 8 minutes to go, halfway worn tyres, it's definitely going to be a challenge. Maybe catch a couple of breaks with other cars. You can definitely move up a few spots.
I think we took on too much fuel, though, because, well, you didn't really give me any advice on how much to put in, so I almost just put a full tank of fuel in. It was too much.
That's a fantastic development.
Give me an update, Jerry. We got 11th place pitting with just under 3 minutes of this race left to go. Top 10 is still on. What do you think?
It means the top 10 is definitely within reach. Just keep up that consistent pace. Stay focused for these final minutes.
We've made up a position on Nito. P11 in this race. I want that top 10. Oh no. My race engineers left the chat. We've only got 50 seconds left, gang. I've gone for budget race engineer. If he's getting a sniff that you're not going to do well, he buggers off home on the early flight. It's up to me now. 4 seconds behind Pounder. I think with another lap, I could have maybe got a top 10 finish there with nothing more than Chat GPT to get me around this track and choose my car and everything. It's been a fun experience, but that's going to be a penalty. That's going to be a penalty, a 1 second penalty when we're one... Oh no! What am I doing? I'm not concentrating. Right. That's going to round up to a second, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. And I've just hit the wall, and I've just atrocious it over the line. The timer out of Chat GPT has absolutely thrown me. I've got to be on. Oh my god! Jesus! Oh, there's so much damage over the line. This car's a wreck. What a failure! But I mean, oh, bronze, right? Okay. Oh, what do I think of that? That could be, for AI to be integrated into sim racing, that could be an excellent idea. What better way, rather than these predetermined phrases that games come out with, we could start integrating AI with a race engineer. That would be absolutely amazing. I would love for that to be a thing. Where did we come in the end? P14. Obviously, I cocked it up on the end. I was just trying to get across the line. But what a fantastic idea for future games. I could see that happening in the next couple of years. Maybe that's what Project Motor Racing needed. Something to make it different from all the other ones. And we're there, clearly, with the AI. It didn't know what I was doing in the race, and that's purely because it's not programmed. It's not linked with the race. But if it was, I have no doubt in my mind that it would be able to coach me and predict things and act as a real AI race engineer. What a fantastic thought for the future. But that'll about do it, gang, for this one. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next video.